After getting all straight A's in my 7th grade finals, I found myself back in the same situation, but in high school finals, and guess what I did? I went back to the same proven method that had gotten me all straight A's in all 5 subjects in 7th grade, and this is how I got trained to focus for very long periods of time for that to happen. So Mrs. M always said, isolate your study area. Now what does this mean? It means exactly what you think it means. While you study, you can't eat, sleep, or watch videos while you study. What you study should be somewhere sacred, where you only study. Now what is this doing? It's programming your mind. You have a problem with focusing, right? And sticking to one thing for a long period of time, right? So what you want to do is, you want to set aside a certain area in your house, maybe a corner, or maybe a desk. If you don't have a desk, maybe on the floor. You want that place to be somewhere where you don't do anything but studying. And the only time when you get in that place is when you're studying. And this is programming your mind so that it knows when to focus and when not to focus. When you're watching TV, your mind can roam around and be free. But when you sit in that place, your mind automatically switches into focus mode. And now it's like switching into a different person who can now focus. Because since you, in your daily life, you can't focus, right? You switch into this mode of, okay, you know what? Time for concentrating, time for focusing, time for hustling, time for work. Now the next step is to set a clear goal. Before taking out that book to study, or before even thinking about focusing on whatever that you want to focus on, set a clear goal. For example, with time. I won't get up from here unless 30 minutes is over. I won't get up from here unless I study for 30 minutes. That's a rule, that's a goal right there that you're setting before you study, and that will motivate you to study till the end. And what you also want to do is to make clear the advantages and disadvantages of what you'll gain and what you'll lose after that 30 minutes. For example, if I study for 30 minutes, I'll be ready for the test on Friday and I'll probably ace it. Then also the disadvantage, if I don't study for 30 minutes, if I get up from here before 30 minutes is over, I'll probably fail the test on Friday. You're making yourself clear-minded, you're giving yourself clarity in that you know what you lose and you know what you'll gain if you get up from there after 30 minutes or if you don't get up from there after 30 minutes. Now something very important that I was also taught is, if you never want to get tired of studying or burn out when trying to focus, treat it like any other thing in life, bro. With every other thing in life, you do it, you stop, you do it again. Now what does that mean? Take short breaks. Imagine your study sessions as working out or running. You can't just run a whole distance without taking a break to breathe and rest, right? You can't just work out one set after the other, unless if you've been training for a long time, unless if you're a seasoned athlete, right? Same thing goes with studying. You can't just study for 5 hours, bro, and expect yourself to remember everything and not burn out. You'll burn out, bro. You may be able to study for 5 hours today, but tomorrow you won't be able to do the same thing. So take short breaks. Imagine working out. You can't do one set after the other and just bulldoze over everything, unless if you've been doing it for a long time. So if you've been studying like that for a long time, then of course you are used to it and continue doing your method because it works for you, right? But if you haven't been studying for 5 hours continuously and you haven't been training that part of your brain, then don't do it, bro. You only hurt yourself and you find out you'll burn out quicker. So what you want to do is to take short breaks. One of the most important things also that has become maybe a cliche, but that I don't think people truly understand, is create a distraction-free environment for yourself to study. While you study, you shouldn't have any distractions. For example, your phone, TV. You yourself know yourself, bro. You know what triggers you, and make sure whenever you're studying and whenever you want to focus, that thing is out of sight. Because for example, think of your thoughts as clouds. So with everything that's around you, it depends which cloud comes and what form it takes. For example, if you're studying in a place where people are playing video games or people are watching TV, you'll be hearing noises, right? So what are the types of clouds that may come in your mind? What form will they take? It will come in the shape of, maybe you start imagining what's going on in the TV or wherever they are playing games. You'll be like, what's so mad? What's going on over there that they're starting to react like this? And when the most interesting cloud comes, you have no option but to look and be like, you know what? Let me just go and see what's happening there. Because now your mind is very curious. And by that time, you've already lost focus. So that's a very important point. Create a distraction-free environment. An environment where you can actually focus, where there's no noise. Put away your phone, put it on Do Not Disturb. Do anything that you can, bro. You know what triggers you and you know what makes you unfocused. Another thing that I haven't heard people talking about a lot is exercising. You want to exercise regularly because there's a whole science behind it. The more you exercise, the fitter your brain is. You know, your brain works like a sports car engine. And when you exercise, it's like pumping, working out itself. And what you don't realize is that exercising improves your brain's coordination. It improves how you think thinking faster, and how you digest information. It basically helps you to digest information faster and think faster on the spot. Haven't you ever noticed, like, athletes, they do the most spontaneous things quickly and they're so precise. That's exactly what you want to do for yourself. When you're thinking, for example, when you're working maths, what do you need to do? You need to think fast, you need to digest information fast, and you want to be spontaneous but also accurate. That's improving coordination. So no matter how busy you are, if you want to improve the intensity of how you focus and the stamina of how long you focus for, be sure to get even the slightest bit of exercise during the week or whenever you exercise, bro. Be sure to just exercise because it will work out your brain and it will improve everything about your brain. Now, another thing that my teacher used to tell us a lot is you have to fight to get just enough sleep. Then there's a reason why I said it exactly how I said it. You have to fight to get just enough sleep. It's because as students and people are working on something, it's very hard for us to get the right amount of sleep. And what you tend to do is you sacrifice your sleep for doing something more productive. And that's something that I used to and still somewhat live by. This whole philosophy of I'm going to use the time that I'm supposed to be sleeping to do something more productive, to do something that I couldn't do during the day, or to do something in preparation for tomorrow. But if you want to maintain, for example, you know you're going to go to school for the next 3 years or whatever, bro. So be sure to fight to get just the right amount of sleep. You need to push through the next day, one day at a time. When your phone gets to that 15%, the screen becomes dull and you can't really use your phone to the fullest extent, right? You're worried about when it's gonna switch off. The screen is dull, you can't really see properly. You feel as if it's about to shut down and you're just anxious, right? Same thing with you, bro. When you reach that 15% where you haven't been getting enough sleep, you feel it. It's like you can't really keep your eyes open. Same thing with the phone, it becomes dull, right? It's like your whole day becomes kind of dull. You can't really see properly. Any moment you're about to shut down. And you can't really use all the apps on your phone when it reaches that point. Same thing with your brain. You can't really use every facet of your brain when you get that to that point. So what you need to do is to make sure you get just the right amount of sleep to push through each and every day, one day at a time. If you still remember something that I said in the beginning part of the video, set a clear goal before you even think about studying. In the beginning, it may be 30 minutes, but the more you get used to it, go higher and higher, bro. You're working out your muscle focus. Maybe 20, next 25, next 30. The more you do it, the more you keep on increasing because you always want to become better, right? In an exam, you focus for how long? So you also want to be able to focus for that long, keep on increasing the time, not with each study session, but maybe each week. For example, this week I'm starting with 30, next week maybe 35. Never stop improving. That's one thing that you should also take away from this video. Welcome to DC, the Dreamer's Call. Give your heart and the world is just to conquer. Take care. Give your heart, and the world is just to conquer. Take care.
Ice cream. Ice cream, Bill.
Hey Ryan. Hey Ryan. One. My friend, you came in the video.